Good morning, everybody. As you said, I'm Jason Sherman, co-founder and CEO of Instamour. The online dating industry has been around for 20 years or even more than that, if you go back to AOL chat rooms. But they haven't changed. You still have the ubiquitous profile picture and text information that misleads people. What you see on dating apps isn't always what you get. You may find it funny, but it's a reality, which is why with Instamour, the real-time video platform that we offer, what you see is always what you get. Dating apps always use algorithms to match people. I wasn't aware of computers knowing how to match people. I thought people were good at matching people, which is how Instamour operates. Now, even with these issues, the dating market is still huge, with Tinder leading the pack worth $5 billion in just 3 short years. There's a lot of other dating apps out there I'm sure you've heard of. They're also worth millions and millions of dollars. And they're raising rounds. Coffee Meets Bagel just raised $7.8 million, Hinge $12 million. POF was just acquired this summer for over $500 million by leader IAC. The video market is just as big, if not bigger. Skype is owned by Microsoft, Google owns Yahoo, Instagram was bought by Facebook, Snapchat's worth $10 billion. Twitter acquired Vine and Periscope before they even launched for a total of $160 million. So what we did is we combined these two markets to get this unique platform that nobody can touch, because we have so many features in both aspects of dating and video that nobody has. So you're probably asking yourself, why hasn't this been done before? Well, the technology's new. iPhones just came out recently. Apple released FaceTime just a couple of years ago, so the camera technology to do this was not available. I had this idea roughly 10 years ago. When Vine came out, shortly after, we were already building Instamour. So we were right there in the hotspot, 2012-13, and Instagram came out with a video feature, and we kept building until 2015, right now, and this is what we have.
When you first install Instamour, you'll go through a quick walkthrough of what the app has to offer. Then you'll sign up with Facebook to keep things real. Once you're in, your profile will automatically be created using your Facebook information, and you can scroll down through a feed of profiles. If someone has a video profile, this is what it might look like.
Hi guys, I'm Kristen. Hopefully you like my video. I'm looking for a really nice guy to hang out with. So push my heart and send me a video message, and hopefully we can chat soon, or video chat, and hopefully I find the one. Bye.
If they don't have a video profile, you'll see various pictures of them with information that changes every 2 seconds. You have a couple of options to choose from. One is the 24-hour button. If you push it, you'll have 24 hours to decide whether or not you still want to see this person on your feed. If not, they will disappear forever. From here, you can dive deeper to see more pictures, videos, or even their Instagram profiles. If you're interested and don't want to wait to be matched, you can send an intro message. You can either create a new personalized video or send one you've already made. You'll get the first 5 for free, and after that, you'll have to pay 99 cents to unlock that feature. When you chat with someone, you have a lot of options. You can text message, send photos or videos, have a live video call, or even a phone call, all without giving away your phone number. It's really safe and secure. Overall, Instamour is really simple to use. It's beautiful, it's all in real time, so you can really get to know someone before you meet them in person, to make sure that you have chemistry. Stop wasting time and money on bad dates. Use Instamour.
Feel free to talk to Kristen after the presentation. That was her. And this platform that you just saw was the subject of a provisional patent we filed this spring. Contingent on funding, we plan on filing a utility patent to further protect our platform. So you heard it from me, what I think of the platform, what Kristen thinks of the platform. What do people think? We've worked closely with Drexel, UPenn, Temple, and the business universities that go along with it, LeBeau, Fox, and Wharton, for the past year. The classrooms and the students, their main focus was analytics, user experience, consumer market research, all sorts of data that we needed in order to build version 2.0. These students had to do the same presentation that I'm doing for you right now in front of the classroom and tell us what their findings were. Some of the things we found out are that students love the fact that they do not have to give out their phone number, but they can still have a phone call or a video call on the app. They love the video profiles and the video chat. They feel as though it's going to revolutionize communication. They love the fact that they can hire a personal moderator to screen their content so they can stop being harassed like you do on all the other apps. And finally, the catfish syndrome. If you don't know what catfishing is, it's when you see a picture of somebody on a profile, when you meet them in person, you see somebody totally different. That's catfishing. And a lot of the students say, with the video chat, you can't get catfished, which is true. Now keep in mind, everybody who tested this app for the past year or two was testing our old version that we built in 2013 for iPhone and 2014 for Android. So we were getting all this feedback for a year, which helped us build version 2.0, which we're proud to say is now live on iPhone and Android since last month. We know how to get users. We've gotten 150,000 of them. Keep in mind, we've been bootstrapping. We've raised $100,000, friends and family, and we graduated the Start Fast Venture Accelerator last summer in New York. So using all the information we've got from these people and these users, this is how we built version 2.0. Of course, I didn't do this by myself. I have an amazing team of entrepreneurs. Combined, we have 100 years of experience. I myself am a serial entrepreneur for 10 years. I've worked in IT for 20. I've also started and sold various businesses. Co-founder and CTO Evan Brophy is back there. He is a full stack developer for 10 years, genius on the keyboard. Kristen, VP of Marketing, co-founder, she's over there. She has worked for matchmaking sites, Fortune 500 companies, sales. She knows how to get in touch with the dating market in a big way. Eric Raymond, board of directors, also chairman of business development. He's had multiple exits, he's a Wharton graduate, tons of experience, tons of connections. And of course we have a great other team of branding and awareness, international relations, user acquisition, relationship coaches, and we have a ton of interns that work at all the colleges. Our board of directors, one member, Bob Solomon, sitting right over there, and a bunch of others who have had many exits, have managed hundreds of millions of dollars in funds, and have helped us succeed in a big way. Speaking of which, we can earn $20 million in 2 years. This is through in-app purchases and monthly subscriptions. For example, the intro messages, you pay 99 cents once you reach your quota. You can also upgrade your profile from 4 to 10 videos. You can also send intro videos. These things cost money, so people will pay that, as well as monthly subscriptions. If you just want to unlock the app for complete use and no in-app purchases, pay the monthly fee. Personal moderators is a very popular feature with our users. Once we build it, we have not built it yet, they'll be able to hire people to screen their content. You can see this further in our annual forecast, how the growth in users will also reflect the growth in revenue, which is why we have a market strategy, which we've already been implementing this for the past 2 years, of social media, blogging, forums, and message boards. We're very, very effective at this and reaching the press and the media. We've already done it. We've been in tons of featured newsworthy content from journalists on TV. We have viral videos. We've won contests. We've won awards. Everybody knows our name in the industry. We've hosted and sponsored tons of events. People love the stuff we give away. We get to show them the app in person. We get their feedback right then and there. We're very personable, and they like that. And of course, our biggest piece is the colleges. We've entered phase 1 recently, the past 2 years. We've been doing Philadelphia schools. We've been integrated with them immensely. So now our goal is to reach the tri-state area. Contingent on funding, we'll be doing the same thing in phase 2 around the country. Classroom, school credits, events and contests. That's why we're here, raising $500K, because that's what we need, not to build our product, not to do experiments and tests and figure stuff out, not to do any kind of proof of concepts. We've already done all that twice. We're here for one reason and one reason only, to scale everything we've already done in a big way. Evan has already built our entire infrastructure on Amazon, which means we're very safe and secure. We've already tested it. We're scalable way beyond 1 million users, so you don't have to worry about that. And we have added 3 layers of security. This is important because a lot of people, and Kristen will tell you with the restraining order she has in the back of the room she can hand out after the presentation, flagging, blocking, and reporting members. 3 layers, not 1. That way people are super protected on our platform. And this is why IAC, the leader in dating apps, asked us to come to their headquarters in New York this spring. They loved what we had to offer. So we sat down with them, we told them what we had, and they loved every single thing about us. They asked for one thing for our second meeting, to come back with 1 million users. That's why we're here, for support, to reach that milestone, so we either be added to their portfolio or another acquirer in the same space. Thank you very much, I'll take your questions. Originally, it's a good question. Originally, we started targeting single parents. There was 15 million in America in the accelerator last year. And what we found from our data was, yes, we did get a decent percentage of them, but college students like the app. So it's not that we're targeting college students, it's one, if you notice, there's 4 go-to market strategies. So press and media gets a general audience. The social media and the focus on blogs and all that, we can target specific people. Using the data and the analytics that we've received over the past 2 years, we know who to target, so we don't have to question it. So when we receive funding, we use part of that to just start hitting the people in the places that we already know work. It's funny that you asked that as well, because our largest market is not 18 to 24, it's 25 to 34. So college students are secondary in our pool of data. All the way to the back.
Is there anything unique or hard to do about the technology?
Good question, I always get that. And as you saw our competitive landscape slide, we have a ton of features. So when people say, can't Match.com just add video to their app? I don't believe they can. They'd have to restructure everything, because our app is not just a feature, it's a platform. So you'd have to basically take maybe 6 months, 10 developers, 10 marketing people, and kind of restructure an entire new platform, a whole new marketing campaign. And instead of doing all that, most acquirers like IAC will just pluck us for 50, 100 million, whatever it is, and just call it a day. And save money, they get some good PR out of it, they hire us to help them with the rest of their apps, they have a huge portfolio. A lot of companies do that nowadays. Right here in the front.
I would be worried about making sure that, about other people saving and downloading these videos. I know for a fact it can be done in the browser, the company doesn't solve that. So I'm wondering, I think that would be a problem, because when you communicate with somebody live, they get the advantage that you are after, that it's also you can say similar things. And I don't know if I want my video to be going around with whatever the things I said.
Absolutely, and if you have a way of recording and downloading videos from an app, let me know. I'd love to know how to do that. We don't have a browser version, it's just apps. So if you're on Vine, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Snapchat, you cannot physically download a video onto a phone that's embedded into an app. So we're protecting our users by saying, no, you can't do that. Live video chats can't be recorded. Now, can we stop people from doing screenshots? No, you can't stop. What's a screenshot? It's just a picture. I mean, but you can't make a snapshot of a video, because it's just a one. With a camera? Okay, if you want to go that far, then you're going to use the restraining order back there. In the back?
Question. So it sounds like it's an app-only business model.
Correct.
And also, why did you decide to leave Facebook? Can you tell us that before that? Why did you have a Facebook account?
It's a Facebook only. It used to be emails and Facebook. We didn't see a lot of interest in the email. We went straight with Facebook. It makes the setup process to sign up on the app 20 seconds instead of 20 minutes like eHarmony or whatever. Also, we do have a Facebook app. If you go to facebook.com/Instamour, you'll find that we have a Facebook version. So it's like Zeus, where you can just use the web. But then you'll only really be able to do the main features on the app. You can do some basic stuff on the web. So we do have web versions, and we already built one actually on the web that we took down because we didn't really want to use it. We saw everyone's using mobile. So we actually have a fully functional web version that we just don't use. It's just taken down. Yep.
So for the video, do you record in the app? Do you record outside of the app, and then save it and upload it, and then do you have any filters, kind of like modeling it all the time?
Awesome question. So the first thing is, we used to have it where you could only record videos in the app so that it was real. The user feedback that we got in the past year from thousands of college students was, we want to be able to upload a video that we had from Instagram or that we had over the weekend or that. So we now just added that in version 2 where you can now add a video you already have on your phone. Filters we have in the works. It's not a priority. People have, they've told us what they like. Filters were not one of them. It's definitely something they like, but not the priority. Again, if you add filters to your video, you're going out of the realm of not real anymore. You're now faking it a little bit by making it look better. Yeah,
When you link your account to Facebook, are you grabbing access to the person's users, contacts, personal information when you do the link?
Evan might have a better answer for this, but what I know of our Facebook, we don't take more information than what we need, which is basically their location, their workplace, how old they are, their birthday, maybe their religion if that's allowed on Facebook, and our profile pictures. We don't really go deep into it because we know how people don't like that. So, the way Evan built the database, as I understand it, it's very secure, it's very minimal, so that we're not intrusive on people's accounts, and we don't ever post anything on Facebook at all. That's not even part of our thing. We use the Open Graph to what we needed it for, and we stopped it there. We can do that, but we find, and again, this is all what users tell us, we have to listen to the users. We don't like to define our market, we like the market to define us. And therefore, what we find is they like to be able to choose the people based on the search. We have a search screen. They can search by all sorts of criteria: religion, ethnicity, age groups, if they have children, if they smoke cigarettes, we can put all that in there. They have it, but they like to choose by the videos. When you have a video chat with someone face to face, it's like having a first date. You get to know if you have chemistry right away. If not, you click off, go to the next one. When you finally meet in person, it's like you already met. Yeah, so that comes from data, once again. This is all from the colleges, and basically, as an example, I'll bring Kristen up again, the restraining order, she could have avoided that whole being almost killed by a stalker from a dating site if she had a moderator screening the content and not allowing her phone number to be out there. So, I'll give you an example. You make a video on the app, and you have a profile. A guy sends you a video on the app, and you didn't like it because it was inappropriate and whatever, either racist, hate, or just nudity or whatever. You don't have to put up with that. On other apps, you can't stop that. It's just, you get flooded. Yeah, so my point is, you have a bodyguard kind of moderator come in, screen that content, they earn a percentage of that. You, as the user, are paying that moderator to screen your content. And that's, $10, $20 a month or more. It could add up. It could be per moderation. I mean, we're still fine-tuning that, but we have found that it's a very large amount of our users that want that feature. It takes a lot to build it, and we've been bootstrapping for 2 years. Yeah, so it's basically using the methods that I showed here. This works. I mean, we've been doing these 4 things, and they work. I mean, Tinder only did this, just this one thing really, and they were backed by IAC from the beginning. So they were able to reach 50 million users in 2 years just from hitting colleges really hard. We also do the in-person stuff. We do the press and the media and the videos, and we do this in a huge way. And this attracts a large audience for us. So we just haven't had funding to do it. We've been doing it, grassroots, bootstrapped. And the little money we have had has been effectively used to get the users that we have. So we know we can pump it in there, just fuel for the fire, and just grow very rapidly. Go back to IAC with 1 million users and say, hey, what's the next step? Any other questions? And all the way back.
So why do you think 500,000 is enough?
Because we've been very effective at using the $100,000 that we put in ourselves, and we've gotten very far. I mean, most companies that we see out there haven't gotten anywhere close to where we are. Launched version 2, 150,000 users, penetrated the market with a measly $100,000 that we put in ourselves. Yes, we were at an accelerator last summer, gave us 25 grand, but it wasn't the money that helped, it was the traction and everything. So we feel as though we actually feel like we're past the seed round. We're in a Series A, but we're still in the seed amount. So we feel like we already bypassed the seed round in terms of, so yeah, 500,000, is that enough? If the revenue projections are true, as we think they are, based on our data, then we shouldn't need any more funding. Anybody else? Instamour, download it. Thank you. You want to see my spreadsheet of statistics? Come back and I'll show it to you. Yeah, I mean, there's the amount of statistics. Well, our spreadsheet for analytics, just FYI, has been used in accelerators as a template. That's how vast our spreadsheet is. So for me to try to explain that to you right now, we should go have some coffee and food, and Evan can talk to you about our analytics. It's ridiculous. We use Flurry Analytics, Google Analytics. Our spreadsheets are very complicated, and people use them as templates for their companies. We don't charge for that, though. We should.
Thank you.